Ooh, what's up, meatbags? It's the Disneyland adults only, no kids, hanging out, smoking weed podcast. Let's see if I can get the video to work.
Disneyland No Kids Adults Only podcast with your host, Tommy Uyumiko. All aboard!
What's up, meatbags? What's up, meatbags? Can you hear me? Am I coming in? Hey, is my mic working? Oh, good, my mic is working. What's up, meatbags? I couldn't see the little thing moving. Evil, how are you still awake? You were up last night. I forgot, how do I add people? Is anyone trying to come on to add? Oh, I have to go to... Is that part of private chat? Well, just tell me in the comments if you're trying to join the show, because I'm trying to do this so I could show the video. I'm trying to run this like as not on the phone. Well, I'm on the phone, but I'm trying to do it as like a desktop site. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Slept like a Cyrus baby. So I wanted to get out what we have is news that's both pro Amico and pro Disney. It's a crossover right here. We've got some crossover news, which is they are pulling Aerosmith out of the Rock and Roller Coaster in, I believe that's in, I know they have it in Florida, but I think they also have it in Paris. Oh, here we go. Okay. Extra Sanderson, add a stream. Extra Sanderson, are you there?
Yo, hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, good to hear you. Good to hear you. Everything's working. Cool.
Nice.
Nice, bro. Yeah, the way to do this is to put it on desktop mode on your phone.
But
but
interesting. You hacker.
Did I tried to put one up earlier and it was all fucked up and evil commented, but so they're pulling Aerosmith. They're pulling Aerosmith out of I believe it's the Parisian Disneyland and putting Iron Man in its place. To me, that's a solid move. Aerosmith are old and crusty, and you know, I think it's time. Even you know, even the stoners of Disneyland have turned their backs on Aerosmith at this point. The Tallarico family, you know, just not appreciated. Like
the name has been besmirched. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Disney's wising up to the fact.
Yeah, and what better to replace it with than Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
Ex-drug addict and party animal.
Yeah, fits the bill.
I was hoping that we'd get Charlie Sheen added to the Disney MCU as a hero, but it didn't happen yet.
Yeah, he's a bit much, man.
He's a little bit.
I remember watching that interview live. I just turned on the TV one day and I was like, what is going on? And I didn't have cable, so it was lucky. I mean, I never had cable. I just turned it on air and I'm like,
winning.
Like, what's going on? I mean, it wasn't air at the time. It was the DTV, I think, by then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I couldn't stand, dude. At least during Packer games during analog television, it's like, yeah, there'd be like white snow on the screen, but you could see what's going on. When you lose signal with the DTV, it's like, oh, great, what happened?
Oh, yeah. And the government was like, we will give you a converter box for free if you send us your old one. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember very well.
Everyone was just like grabbing them.
Yeah. Oh, man. Actually, analog television just went down officially last year in October, maybe. There was still like some that had like were grandfathered in, and then they just closed down there. I know there was like a famous one in Chicago. It was like a Me TV that also broadcast on FM. Oh no, wait. Yeah. It was an analog TV station. Yeah, they just closed down. So
there's like, it's funny because like like RF modulators, right? Like about RF modulation, like
oh yeah.
That it's funny. Like your NES comes with a fucking transmitter to the rabbit ears in the box. And it's your job to send that signal out to the rabbit ears. Not anymore. That's not gonna work now.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually been, I'm kind of close to an airport here, but I really I'm trying to get some RF equipment and broadcast my own TV station, my own TV station, and immediately get arrested.
Broadcasting Disney shit. Song of the South, day one, episode one. Song of the South.
Yeah. But I could do a closed loop. I could do a closed loop. That's just probably gonna be a product. I'm just gonna have coax running through my house and just have closed loop broadcast.
Do you know about this guy Chris Talaferio? You heard of this fellow?
I don't think so. Maybe
he's an anti-Amico guy. He's kind of in the back rooms. He kind of hangs out in the scene. He said he likes this show, the idea of this show, and he wants to be interested, but it's like a scheduling thing, it's like
Chris, yeah. Sorry, the things you don't see every day. Yeah.
Yes, that guy.
Dude is a beast at rapping. Yeah.
He's a beast at rapping. He's got a lot of racial comedy. He's a black dude, and he's got some videos like he's about.
Hilarious. Yeah,
he's like a white guy.
One day.
I want to ask him thoughts on Song of the South and other things going on racially at Disneyland because I don't do a lot of racial comedy. I don't have an idea of it the same way.
There was a bookstore in when I was in Homer, Alaska, and it was run by this like Russian recluse hermit guy. It was like whatever, one of those like wall-to-wall books, and he was talking about Song of the South, and he was like very upset that people were calling it like racist. He was like, if you read the book, it's not portrayed that way. I haven't read the book, but he was very like, it's not a racist thing. I don't know because I haven't read the book, but he said they portray him in like a good way. I don't know though.
I haven't read the book. And I don't know enough about history or anything either. Like I'm not a super educated guy. And I don't know a lot about race relations stuff. So I'll go ahead and say that. But from what I heard, with the book. It's a book written by a white guy pretending to be a black guy. So it's like this white guy said he was Uncle Remus, but he was really this like college educated white guy. But he's like, I'm Uncle Remus. This is my book. These are my stories. And so, yeah, it was almost like a blackface book or something. But I don't know. I mean, people do that with books. They write a book about like, I was a video game character or like whatever. So, I mean, I don't know. But the ride itself, I never got off that ride, Splash Mountain. I never walked off that ride like, damn, I hate dark people, you know, but everyone's different. So,
yeah, you gotta celebrate the differences, right? It's the melting pot. That's what it, oh man. I think started, but America growing up, it was the melting pot. It was the greatest thing. And now it's like, that's our biggest downfall, apparently. What are you talking about, man?
I don't know. It's not.
So everyone comes here and take the best of your cultures and throw it in, right? And
you're not
rock song, right?
You're not gonna walk me into one of these JonTron conversations. Did you ever see that where the guy like walked JonTron into saying all that shit?
Yeah. That was
you know, my family came here and they were fine. They legally immigrated and all this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, but. Like Tony TGD says on his Twitter, I'm a dumbass and everything here is a joke.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you watch one video of mine, you'll realize that I don't even know what's going on.
And I'll be real, like I'm not afraid of getting canceled or having people diss me or whatever. I'm afraid of literally offending people that I know, like on this platform. You know what I mean? Like I don't want people on this platform to think I'm a dick because I'm not trying to be one, but.
Well, my dad came from Arabia, so I mean, whatever.
What do you say?
My dad's from Arabia, so I can call it Arabia.
Yeah, Arabian Night.
It's so much easier to just say Arabia, but you can't say that anymore. And I'm like a very white-looking dude because my mom's, Irish, so my brothers look Arab. So it's like it's easy to just say Arabia, but then I say that sometimes, and people get really upset. Like I said Arab once. Like just like in the joke, because it's like, oh, it's whatever. And one of the guys was like, oh, my parents are from blah 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 and all this. I'm like, yeah, so is my dad was born there. So what's the big deal, man? He's like, oh, well, I mean, I meant like, I think he was like, well, my grandpa actually and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's deal, man. It's like
that's like when people are from Iran, they're like, I'm from Persia. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm from the Ohlone lands then.
No, my family's from Iraq, so you can't really hide that too well.
Yeah. We're Persian. Well, that was like, do you remember in Disney, coming back to Disney, you remember Disney's Aladdin, they changed the line. He said something like, well, they cut off your hand if they don't like your face or some shit like that. And he said, he says it's barbaric, but hey, it's home. And then they had to change the line to something else.
Oh.
You ever heard about it? It was like post 9/11. They went back on the DVD releases and changed out "It's Barbaric" to something else.
No, I don't remember that, but that was a great movie.
Oh, somebody else trying to come in. Leo. Oh God, Leo.
Oh, wait, is this better?
Leo, have you ever been to Disneyland or Disney Paris or any of these things?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Yes, I've been to Disney World, but I was 1 or 2 years old, or maybe almost 3.
Well, then you have the credibility. You can speak with authority on that.
Is this extra Sanderson? I didn't see you were in the chat. You're in the voice
You've
thing.
been going to Disney World since you were 1 year old. Just think about that, man. You can just say that. There you go.
Yeah. I don't know what you were talking about. What this has to do with Disney World.
Chris Taliaferro is in the chat. What is up, Chris? We were just talking about you and how we feel like since you do racial comedy and we don't, maybe you would know more to say on Song of the South and Splash Mountain, but we're not going to put you the spotlight on you if that's not something you want to do. Anyway, Leo, you haven't taken your daughter to Disney Paris because you're a dick or just because you want to go by yourself?
I never took her. Why did I never take her? I don't know. I mean, maybe now it's time. She's 10.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You're running out of time, really. When she's 12, she's not gonna want to give a fuck. You got to go like this year or next year. You're screwed, man.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. It to be honest, this shit's not very fun with Corona and stuff. It's like you go
Oh
to
yeah.
these
Well,
places and there's fucking 2 meters this and mask that and whatever, and it's
can't be
all
that bad because
kind
I
of
live in
fucked up.
California and they can give a shit.
I,
Well, what you do, the real way to have fun with it, Leo, is to leave your kids with a nanny at the hotel and you just go by yourself all day. That's how we do it around here. But
Nice.
I'm assuming in Disneyland Paris you can just drink all you fucking want. They probably don't stop you.
I don't know. There's like one place left on that you can buy cigarettes. Last time I went to the downtown Disney area, and it's like a cigar shop. And then I remember I don't smoke anymore, but I was just curious. I'm like, you guys smoke or sell cigarettes? I'm like, no, there's this other place over here.
That's hella funny, yeah.
Yeah, they gotta provide. We don't want anyone going through nicotine withdrawals
Well,
there.
well,
Make
dude,
us-
it did. So in Disneyland, California, they had sections where you could smoke cigarettes. I mean, fucking Walt smoked cigarettes, right?
Yeah,
So like,
exactly.
and then they got
Or Mickey
smaller
did
and
at some point.
smaller. They got smaller and smaller and smaller. And then what they did was they had it right next to where the cars are because the cars were gas powered. So like you wouldn't really smell the cigarettes. You would just confuse it with the smell of the gas from the cars. And that was the last place. Then they legalized weed out here. And the last time when there's so many people fucking smoking weed in one corner. And Disneyland couldn't just go through and like, no, that's a joint, that's a cigarette. They couldn't have someone stand there and monitor it. So they just had to just say, fuck it, no more smoking in Disneyland altogether. So people
Oh,
are, yeah,
wow.
Fair enough.
Like-
Get your vape out.
no vaping, no smoking, like, because the weed was just like, I mean, it's LA, dude. Like, you just fucking smell weed. There's fucking cholos and shit. Like, there's just huge blunts going over there. And like, it wasn't working for them. You know,
It's not-
nicotine patches.
It's not Disney
Edible.
style.
Yeah, Walt would have been smoking a fucking cigar right in the same spot, but it's a different kind of plant, so now you're not allowed to.
I don't know. Back then wasn't cannabis. It was so weak, wasn't it? Like pretty common, actually.
Yeah, the jazz cigarettes they called
Yeah,
them, right?
Cigarettes, yeah.
Yeah, it was just whatever back then. I mean, okay, so what I hear is like it was good if you were in India, like somewhere where people were into it, but like in California or United States, they were just getting whatever crop grew the fastest in Mexico. So like it's all like headband in those jacked up like sativa strains that grow really fast. And that's what got imported to America until the 90s, 80s, you know, when they competed with crackheads. And
Yeah, dude, totally.
I've got old High Times magazines from the 70s that there used to be like a store that had all these old Playboys and High Times and sci-fi magazines. The buds from the 70s and those magazines look like shit. Like they're like brown and like wilted and stuff. And it's like somebody put like a light on it and took a picture like it was nice. It's very bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I don't smoke anymore. I'm like, in recovery and all that, but
That's good.
it's all good.
Good
But
for
I
you.
just like you talk to older people and they're like, dude, I don't know what this new stuff you're smoking is. It's not weed. Like I know what that is. This is something else, right? It's
But
got
old
crystal-
people are weird because I know old people that are like, oh, I used to take mushrooms and it wasn't a big deal. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, I don't know about that because when I took mushrooms, like I thought I was gonna fucking die, and like I saw the ceiling tear off the fucking house, and like,
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
also kind of ballers too, where they were like, "Yeah, I bought a house that I still live in before I graduated high school." So
I took my
times are
kids.
different.
They're like, I took my kids to Disneyland and didn't go by myself. Like I'm so cool.
Yeah, I
Like,
took my kids, my family of 5, to Disneyland when I was like 19, and my wife was like 18.
and we had dinner there.
Yeah, dinner there. Yeah.
Oh, what's with you, Leo? You just hanging out because what time is it for you? It's like dinner time.
Yeah, I'm making pizza. I bought the roll of the dough. We have it here. You probably have this in the US. You buy a dough already mixed. It's in a roll with the cooking paper, and then it comes with the sauce already. So I'm
Okay.
just spreading the sauce right now. I'm gonna get the cheese next,
Hey, so
and
they
I'm
have-
making pizza for us. It's 7.
They have things like that, but everyone in America is really fucking lazy. So people buy that maybe once a year on a holiday, and
That's what we buy here. I mean, of course, people also buy the frozen
one.
pizza, right? But
Right.
I mean, this is tastier.
Yeah.
This is better than
I actually get
frozen.
that too. I make my own dough and sauce from scratch, but yeah, when I'm lazy, I'm like, I'll just go to. We have festival foods here, and you can buy that dough in the container, and then you roll it out.
When I go to Disneyland, I usually get the pizza because the restaurant in Disneyland, the pizza restaurant is really fucking big, and there's like always seats versus other ones.
Yeah,
It's not good. It's not good pizza, but it's food and you can get it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I'm not like super excited to go into a fucking place where there's like fucking Mickey Mouse and shit and a bunch of huge fucking lines. It's like, am I gonna wait in a fucking line to go into a fucking restaurant? Like, we don't do that around here. There's almost, well, I mean, no, there are places where there are lines. I don't waste my fucking time. If I'm gonna wait half an hour in a fucking line, I'm gonna make the fucking food and that's it. It's not. I mean, man, come on.
I've heard it's different in Florida, but in Disneyland, California, the food is like part of the experience. Like, it's some of the basically you can't get like really fattening Southern style food in California. So like you go to an amusement park to get it because they don't have restaurants like that out here. Like everyone calorie counts.
Oh really?
Like major.
I just get the turkey leg, $7. I wonder if it's probably more now. $7 for the giant turkey leg, and I eat that whole thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta go over the western part. You gotta go to that western part of Disneyland for that.
All right, guys, gotta go.
Hey, it's nice talking to you, bro.
Yeah.
Nice
So if I
talking
drop
to
out
you,
randomly,
Sanderson.
just don't read into.
No problemo. So, Leo, have you been watching the Cyrus Martin 2-hour uploads where he talks about Amico?
Oh, dude, I'm jet lagged to hell, so I wasn't in the mood of like playing or doing studying or anything. So I was trying to watch some YouTube, and I saw there was this new video from Cyrus Martin where he just made a stream, and basically he took an hour in this stream just to basically say that you said that he's trying to rewrite history and he doesn't know how and what you mean by that. And that's what I saw. But it took him fucking hour to say that because he wanted someone to join his stream, but nobody did. So I wonder why.
Did he say me specifically, or was he talking about like me and Tony and the gang?
Well, I mean, he started with his way of saying, well, there are people online and I just minding my own business, but they feel like talking about me for 3 hours and I don't know why. And so, but I would like to know because I heard someone say they said that I'm trying to rewrite history and these people something I don't know, and he goes on like, and he doesn't say any names or anything, and then at the very end after a fucking hour he goes, oh yeah, and Tommy Amico, I would like to talk to him without his alias one day because it's just a troll account, and if one day he'd like to talk like the real one and be real, and I would like to talk to him and blah blah, but I don't know why he says I want to rewrite history. I'm just minding my own business and people just start talking about me and I don't know why.
Let me respond. We are ignoring the J plate face in the room, but let me respond real quick. The thing is, for me, I only got so much energy and time to be my real self, and I usually spend that with my wife. So like I'm my real self for like 2 hours a day with my wife, and that's really all I got time for. I got to go to work, kind of glad hand people and be fucking reasonable and charm them and shit at work, and then then on the streams I just kind of be a dick, and then I'm my real self to my kids and my wife for on the weekends a few hours a day. But I mean, I don't even understand how people like. I watch Amico Forever. And I watch anything like that. And I'm like, how do you have the fucking energy to be like positive and act like you're like a fucking car salesman? How do you have the fucking energy at the end of the day to just be like, yep, we're really looking forward to that Amico release or what the fuck ever? Like, I don't even have the energy to be my real self for so much of the day. Now, Jay Plateface, are you the real Jay Plateface? Are you there? Is he there?
You finally want me on here. Hey, Tommy, I just wanted to tell you that
it's fucking Dean. You can't trick him.
Hey, Tommy, I just wanted to tell you that I was sorry, man. You know, I hope we can hash things out.
We can, Jay. Just put Dean on the line so I can scold Dean about how often he takes his son to Disneyland.
Well, I don't think he never took his son, and I'm not around kids, so I'm not allowed to be around them. But yeah, I just want to tell you I was sorry.
It's Jay, it's all gravy. The truth is I'm not gonna be my real self. I'm not gonna ditch the alias and talk to you about it. So your sorry will be a fake, insincere sorry, since I am always in character.
Well, that's too bad. Okay, I tried. You have a good stream.
All right, take it easy, bro. Man.
So who was talking? What stream is this that Cyrus Martin is talking about? Because I was curious about that.
There's a few streams. Like, it's all mixed up now. There's King of All Buttocks and Evil Knievel, and then I do some. It's all just spread around now. Like, it's just so basically the people who are like mad fucking stoners and drunks are kind of clicking together. I still have friends that are just different types of people too. Like I'm a little bit of a crossover where I'm pretty close friends to you guys, Extra Sanderson and Dazed and Tony. The other group is a little more insular with like King of All Buttocks and Evil Knievel and them. Evie but that's crossover to Darius stuff too, so I don't know. I can't keep track of what was said on what stream anymore, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's probably that same old thing that has happened about 50 billion times, that someone in the Amico land watches parts of a stream, of a very long stream, where you guys say something about Cyrus Martin, and he goes, oh, they went on this 10-hour stream and they were talking about you, and it's like, oh my god, they made a 10-hour stream talking about me. No, they just mentioned you for a second in a fucking 5-hour long stream, and nobody gives a shit actually. So
well, I always bring him up because he's extremely interesting to me. Just the most extreme on every side, like from his drunken rant, which you know, like we all do that, but then he did it in front of a camera and kept doing it. And so like that's one side of him, and the smug side of him, and then the apologetic. And just there's so many weird sides of him that they're all kind of the same side. He's like, to me, one of the most entertaining people to watch in this whole thing. You knew him before, so yeah. That's quality interesting to me too. It's almost like, to me, it's almost like what I see with Carl, where it's like he gets super fucking mad and frustrated, and he's like, oh fuck it, I'm turning it off, and then he turns it off. He's like, wait, what am I gonna do now? There's like no one else to talk to. So like, as I said, I saved my real self for my wife, because like, I got a really chatty wife, like, you know, and like when I turn this shit off, it just goes harder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, we're talking about Disneyland now. My wife's like, let's go to Disneyland in October. I'm like, no, we just went like last summer. Like, chill the fuck out.
Do you have that? Is that why you have Disneyland in your mind? Because you don't want to fucking go to Disneyland again?
There was like this stream that I think Tony was on, and somebody said, I think Sweet and Tender Hooligan. I always fuck around with him because Sweet and Tender Hooligan, I guess he's like bisexual. He is into like, he's into like sharing his girlfriend. He's into different things, and so I just teased him about it because it's just like one of the only things I know about him, and so I teased him about him. But then like somebody said like, how do you feel? I think he said, how do you guys feel about Disney adults? And they said, what's Disney adults? You know, that's adults that go to Disneyland without any kids. They just go there. And I was like, okay. I've done that. Like when I was 16 years old, I went. I guess that's still a kid. But when I was like 20, I went. And when I was like 30, I went. what happened with me was I would start dating these girls, and they would like talk about. It would just come to conversation like, "Oh, you've never been to Disneyland?" They'd be like, "No." I'd be like, "Well, let me take you. It's hella fun. Like, we'll get stoned, we'll drink, and we'll have hella fun." Like, if you take a girl there for one day and you're dating, even as an adult, it's very fun if you're that type of person. Like, I'm not, I don't go to the symphony. I don't go to nice shit. Like, so anyway, I defended it, right? Because I have been there twice without kids. And so then, like, what's his name? Sweet and Tender Hooligan, like, blew it up. Like, he just would mention it every time and, like, he made me into, like, the Disney guy. Okay. So then, just to fuck with him, I started just to, like, because that, when people fuck with you, you have to, like, lean into it. So I would just, like, lean into it and be, like, the most Disney guy I could be. And the most Disney adult guy I could be.
Okay, I got it.
It's becoming a sport, right? It has nothing to do on this platform anymore.
I was trying to listen to some videos and there's fucking nothing to watch. Is it just me? I
love watching Evil Knievel's channel, like his streams and stuff. To me, he's really funny. It's just my style. Like I liked that Darius was wasted and streaming, but then like the Darius fans, a lot of them are fucking assholes and like fucking clan members and shit. So like I didn't want to be like the Proud Boy Darius fucking chats all the time. And like so Evil's has been really fun.
Yeah, Evil's the channel I visit the most.
Yeah. Definitely a good one. I mean, I think you could. I think so. So you're in Germany.
Yeah.
So Disneyland Paris, that's like not that far for you, right?
No,
how far would that be? Could you drive there?
Yeah.
How long would that take?
I don't know. 6 hours.
So that's about what it takes me to drive to Disneyland. About 6 hours. Because I'm up in San Francisco.
Dude, if I fucking drive to Paris,
you're not going to Disneyland.
I am not going to fucking Disneyland. If I'm in fucking Paris, no, I'm not that guy. You might be that guy because you're like, oh, fuck the Louvre. I'm going to fucking Disneyland.
I would say
no, I'm not. I'm not. Sorry, I'll go to the Notre Dame. I'll go to the Louvre.
You burned down.
I'll go to all the cool places. I won't go to fucking Mickey Mouse and fucking Paris.
I'm the opposite. Like I have no interest. I have no interest in going to the fucking Louvre. Point me to like maybe if you could find me like a punk club in Paris or something, but they'd probably kick me out for being a dork. But
I'm not sure. Not sure how that scene is around there.
Yeah, it's probably. Well, I know there's a lot of homeless people, is what I heard. I've never been to Paris. I heard it smells like piss.
It probably does.
It's not really in Paris. They just called it that. It was called Euro Disney, but then that means like dollar Disney. So like, you had to change it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Sorry.
Well, I don't know. I would go to some. I want to take my daughter to some kind of park, but probably not Disneyland. There's some stuff that's not. How'd you call that? That don't have like. It's just a park without the IPs, whatever. Without the.
Do you guys? Yeah. So like basically.
Because my daughter also, she doesn't give a fuck about Disney. Like Disney is so dead.
Where you guys are from, like you've been around the world and you're like a worldly person. So like to you, world culture matters and like French culture matters. When you grow up in buttfuck nowhere in California, like it's like Atari and Disney.
That's all the culture there is.
Just constant, like it's just everything thrown at you was themed like that because those are the local kind of things, and it's just like, oh yeah, cool, man. That's your culture. Like nothing. They're like before that there was people fighting and Indians.
Yep, I get it.
And now they paved over the Atari thing now. They totally paved over the Atari thing and they go, Apple. But Apple, when I was growing up, was kind of starting to fail. So they would like not be so proud of it. Now they're like, Apple, Google, Twitter. Very funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, culture works differently in different places, of course. That's what culture is. Yeah, no, I don't know about that. So, so to answer Cyrus Martin's question, why did you say he was trying to rewrite history? I've heard that before. I've been in conversations where we've said that before.
Well, if you listen to his,
there's context to that.
About 3 weeks ago, he put up a video where it's him playing Minecraft for 2 hours.
Okay.
But the entire video, he's talking about Amico and the Amico experience and stuff.
Yeah.
And it would be you should go through it. That would be I would love to watch that. The Leo DS takes that apart. Tried to get TGD to cover it, but he got sick of it after 20 minutes. But TGD agreed. I think that's what Cyrus probably heard clipped, was the TGD saying, yes, you're fucking rewriting history, Cyrus. Like, that's not how it went down. Like,
yeah, I agree. I'm not sure he's gonna watch this thing. How many hours are we into this stream? I just came in, but
this is a short. We've only been on for about 30 minutes.
Oh, that's great. So maybe he has a chance to watch this if he wants to. Because what I see is like he's always going on and saying like, "Oh, I was always just minding my own business, and I just like in television, and so I got attacked." And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? that's absolutely not what happened in any. Like I remember clearly when there were these. Like people like you were in his chat and you were like, "Oh, Tommy is a liar. This guy is a con artist, whatever," right? And it was like, "How dare you talk like this to this great guy who's just trying to get a fucking console out there, like for families, right? You hate families, whatever weird thing he was going on about."
Yeah.
And like people are, "No, you don't understand. You have to look at this and look at that." And I was kind of like, "Well, you guys kind of sound crazy, but what is your point? Do you remember how it went down? Because I was also like there, like, why are you guys saying all these things?" But then people started showing why they were saying those things, and I started looking into that. But I don't think Sai wanted to really look into it. He did.
He figured it out. I mean, he's got it figured out now. I mean, at least
I don't know.
Stay the fuck far fucking away from it. Like, he doesn't even talk much about a regular in television anymore, let alone Amico.
Well, he never used to talk about in television before.
Oh, okay. So, never mind then.
Yeah, no, he's totally like, "Oh, I'm such an amazing television fan." He bought it in television after the Amico stuff started. He didn't have one anymore.
Whoa.
It was his first console. Like he has fond memories, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like I have fond memories of playing Ghostbusters on the NES because it was the first normal game that I had. Like it was the only fucking thing except for a good fucking light gun game that I had. I had a light gun game, Crime Busters, and I had
Ghostbusters and Crime Busters.
Yeah. And then and so I played Ghostbusters, but the game is fucking shit, right? Like I don't have a cartridge for fucking Ghostbusters, but I have fond memories.
We owned it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't have fun with it till I got the Game Genie.
Okay, maybe that's okay.
Yeah, then it makes it better, but yeah, it's one of those games. Like Back to the Future.
That stairs part is just fucking bullshit. Like it's not fun to go up those fucking stairs forever.
I would have the Game Genie code for like infinite health or whatever and just rock the stairs, but it was just
Yeah, like that. Maybe it's bad because I never got up those stairs.
It always pissed me off. That game mostly pissed me off because they didn't include Winston. It was just like, come on, like there's four fucking.
Yeah.
And the other one is cooler. The one where they have Rick Moranis also, Louis Tully. Remember that one?
What?
I don't know if it's European or Japanese Ghostbusters game where you get to be Louis.
For the NES.
Yeah, and
Oh,
they're like
really?
they're like little chibi characters. It came out on NES and it's Ghostbusters 2 for NES and Game Boy. The version never
Oh.
came out in the United States, and they're little chibi characters, and it's like a top-down like Zelda kind of game.
But maybe I've
It might
seen
be a
something about it, but
Sunsoft game. I can't remember. It almost looks like that Gremlins game. But
that's so insane, isn't it? Like, why do they just decide that Americans just like the fucking shittiest fucking games, and then when they make a
no,
good one, it's just like, oh, we're not gonna release that in America. They don't
no,
like the Ghostbusters.
no. So that's a matter. So that's a matter of licensing. So what happened was Activision, back in like the fucking when the movie came out, Activision pounced on it. Like, yeah, like 2 or 3 months before the fucking movie comes out, they get pictures of it in an offer, and Activision pounces on the thing because Activision's rich as fuck from being the first third party, like successful third party Atari game producer.
Yeah.
So like they pounce on it to make the computer like for fucking Atari 800 version or what the fuck ever, and home console for like the 2600 version, all this shit. But they retain the rights. So then, like, when it comes to releasing it in America, they're the only ones allowed to do it. And they're like, well, should we make a good game? No, we have this other one. Just what they did was they told the Japanese people. So they told the Japanese people when Famicom came out, like probably like 3 or 4 years before Nintendo comes out in the United States, they licensed the game to be made on Famicom, and they tell the Japanese, just copy the game we made for whatever it was, Coleco. I mean, not Coleco. I'm sorry, for like Commodore 64 or whatever other 8-bit machine, right? They're like, okay, you got an 8-bit console over there. Copy the game we made for 8-bit.
Yeah, there is the same game is on an yeah, you're right.
Master. So when it comes to Master System, and I'm pretty sure when it comes to Master System and Famicom, they tell the Japanese people, copy our computer game. It's an 8-bit game that'll work. Then it's years later, Activision owns the rights to release the game in the States. And so I believe what they say is they make a decision. Are we going to make a new game? Fuck that. There's already a game on Famicom. It's like, it may be a shitload of years old, and like it says congratulations at the end instead of congratulations. But like, fuck it, just ROM dump that thing, put a box on it, and sell that in the US. So now I think when people came to the European rights, they're like, well, let's make a good game. So that's Ghostbusters 2, I think. But there's a few things like that, like Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle was a Roger Rabbit game in Japan. Like Kemco or whoever made the game, like they didn't have the rights to Roger Rabbit in the United States because that went to make that good ass Roger Rabbit game, right? Mm-hmm. Well, some people don't think it's good. I think it's pretty good. The NES Roger Rabbit game that we all know. So they're just like, well, we own Bugs Bunny, so just stick him on there. Weird shit.
Or the NES.
Yeah, so like the Famicom one, their Roger Rabbit for Famicom Disk System is Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, just with those characters. That's why, like, when you play Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, there's like a green Sylvester and a gray Sylvester and a pink Sylvester. That doesn't actually make sense, but in Roger Rabbit it makes sense because there's like a green weasel and there's a gray weasel and there's a pink weasel. So like it kind of makes sense.
I don't remember that, but yeah.
Yeah,
I got it. Because
there's a Roger Rabbit ride at Disneyland.
Right?
The weasels are in there.
Hey, what?
A Roger Rabbit ride in Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of Jessica Rabbit, the sexy Jessica Rabbit. On a lot of her merchandise and stuff around the park now, she wears like this mechanic's outfit. They don't have her wearing like her sexy outfit anymore.
Okay.
You toned it down a little bit. They didn't want people pulling out their dicks and jacking off in the park. I could see Evel Knievel doing that.
Jessica Rabbit is the red-haired girlfriend from Roger, or what?
Yeah, the boobs.
Huh?
The one with the boobs. and she tries to fuck the guy that played Super Mario. You know what I'm talking about? He's dead now. Rest in peace. What's his name?
But is she a bunny or is she a
It's like
animated human?
Yeah, you know in the 40s how they had like those pinup stuff. Like you know what that is? In World War II, there was like this kind of art that was really popular called pinups, where they were like cartoonified like girls like half nude cleavage, and they would pin them up in their barracks. And so like that's kind of what she represents, that in like 40s, like Betty Boop, like the sexy characters.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah. Because like in Betty Boop, her nipple would always, if you know that in old Betty Boop cartoons, her nipple always pops out for one frame. It's just people didn't know about that for like years and years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Weird shit. And I guess in Roger Rabbit, in the original cut, you can see Jessica's like pussy and pubes or something. Like you can see like there's one frame where they just draw like her crotch, like legs spread open with like a dark zone.
Okay.
Yeah. Disney for adults, baby. Who joined? Was that Extra Sanderson?
Yo, dude. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to go to a meeting quick. You know how it is.
You're good. We're only gonna hang on this stream for about 10 more minutes, maybe 8 more minutes. And then I gotta get
dude, I stream all day, all night, dude.
I wish. I'm at my job. This is a break. This is a work break.
Oh, nice, dude. I'm also at. Well, no, I didn't say that. I'm definitely not at my job.
Me, you, and Evil.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
home from work. Some people work from home, but we home from work. You know what I'm saying?
I work hard, dude. That's all I do. I'm like, dude, this work from home's a blessing. I'm not gonna be the one that mess it up. I'm not going on no Disney Adults podcast during the day. No way, dude. That's not me.
She works hard for the money. So hard for her. So Cyrus, we were talking about Cyrus. This is like he was talking about Cyrus wants to talk to me out of character and like and maybe put me on screen. That's just a fucking tactic, dude. That's just a way to like fucking get around people's arguments to soften them up. That's a Tallarico move. It's like, oh, you're gonna be my friend now.
Wait,
like when I did talk to Cyrus, no, Cyrus called me out that he wants to talk to me out of character.
Wait, he called you up?
No, he didn't. That's not actually what he did. What he said was that you were an interesting person, but he would like to talk to you, not the trolling thing. What you said is actually what he doesn't understand. Is like you would never. I mean, it's what I got from you from multiple conversations. Like you wouldn't waste your time talking to these Amico people. Like seriously, like sit down. Like if you're gonna,
I'm a busy guy.
Your
retro, bro,
real person, you're gonna fucking talk to someone else.
No, I'm here to relax. Yeah, I'm here to have
Tommy,
fun.
are you like ever not like this is your character though? I thought you are the Tommy O. Like if I met in the supermarket, you would come up to me and be like, "Dude, there's like nitroglycerins in that like spaghetti sauce, man. Like don't do that, man. It's a ripoff, right? That's you, right?"
This is my natural voice, but I take the opportunity that I'm anonymous to be meaner than I would probably be, like if I were showing myself.
Yes.
And in that respect, that's why I was trying to. And even now, I'm trying to dramatize it and be funny. Like Cyrus Martin called me out. He wants to start a war. Like you know what I'm saying? So like I'm joking to a degree, or like I said, like there's some kayfabe on this podcast about the Disneyland stuff, but so it goes back and forth, but it's a tactic. It's the Tallarico thing. Like if I can get you to relate to me, then you won't fight with me or make fun of me. And it's like, no, I still will because I'm kind of a dick. But then you'll brand me as a dick because I won't be able to say I'm in character.
Yeah, it's complicated because he says like, oh, you can go to my Discord and talk to me, but of course, if you are like unreasonable and just trolling me and shitting on me, I'm gonna block you. I'm here to have a real conversation. I don't know. He banned me multiple times for just saying stuff that's basically just.
Discord is like a private like chat or something. Like I would just be talking to him privately.
You could, or you could just talk in the open channels in his Discord. I don't know who hangs around. Like that's where I met Relic Gamer for the first time. I'm not sure he's still hanging around there. still.
I love to listen to Cyrus Martin just talk for 2 hours. I love it. Like, especially if he's going to talk about Amico or anything that happened with Amico. I love it. But like, I would like to talk to him on air, but like, you know, I'm going to be whacked out in character and stuff and say weird shit. But for me personally, to call him on Discord and just talk to him one-on-one for a while, like I wouldn't have interest in even doing that to like Howard Stern or like other people that I love watching their shows. Like I would have no interest in calling Howard Stern and talking to him for 2 hours. I just have nothing. What am I gonna? I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna? He's not gonna be real with me. Cyrus is gonna be the same character he's gonna be if the air was going. He's gonna duck out and say everything. Well, he's not gonna be like more real with me because we're off the air. And so why should I be more real with him because we're off the air? He's gonna be, whether he recognizes it or not, like he is very, when he's not drunk, he sits there and thinks about things before he says them and like is very like trying to make a point. He's gonna be that off the air. So what am I gonna get out of it? Like this is a show, you know? Like this is for fun. Like this is a part of extending the entertainment value of it all, you know? And I'm not trying to be mean with that. It's just that you have a show. If you have a show, it's your show, and people can watch it and take from it what they want. And this is what I take from it. It's hilarious to me. I don't know.
I actually understand what you're saying, and I'm not sure. I think he's.
To me, he should take it as a compliment. I think of him like I think of Howard. I love listening to him bitch. I love how whacked out his opinions are. I love how crazy and like inconsistent he is, and like how he strange thinks of things and how he rewrites things. I love hearing that, but like I love hearing that. Like I love watching a clown fall down the stairs. Like it, not to insult you, but it's a show for me. And so like to me, to involve myself in your real shit would be really bizarre to me.
Yeah,
unless I were taping it.
If we're gonna talk about clowns, dude. When they all the 9 to 13 clowns, when they all pack into that VW bug, that is the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. You know, I know it's like, oh, these elephants. Oh no, these elephants are being mistreated and whipped. It's like, I don't care because you get to see like 12 people that are like huge fit into a VW bug and then drive around with these like bags with dollar signs on it and do burnouts and stuff.
All right, weird Disney thing. When in Walt Disney, when he made Dumbo. There's a clowns in it, right? And so like when Walt Disney made Dumbo, a whole shitload of his workers went on strike right before that, and like they were unionizing and shit. So in Dumbo, there's a bunch of scenes where the clowns are like talking about like, yeah, we should unionize, like, yeah, we need to do all this shit. And the clowns are like total fucking assholes, and they're getting drunk and shit. Like he used them to demonize like union workers.
Awesome.
You gotta look that shit up. Well, I'd love to keep talking, but I got to get back to work. So
yeah,
awesome.
I gotta grind.
Hopefully, someone sends this to Cyrus so we can get a react. But what I'd really like is I want Leo to go through that Minecraft video.
I think I've watched it, but it's like it's the same. It's always the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm not responsible. I was attacked. I was just minding my own business, and he's been going on with this for 2 years now. I don't know, since the beginning actually. It's just that
listen to someone talk for 2 hours. It's going to be Leo DS. Okay.
Oh well, that's one thing I want Leo DS to react to Cyrus, so it's like 5 hours.
So it'll be a 4 or 5 hour.
Yeah,
it's going to be very long.
Yes.
Every 5 seconds, I stop and talk for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Leo, go on holiday for a day and just
drive to Disneyland. Drive to Disneyland, and as you drive to Disneyland, you do that in the car.
Oh yeah, 6 hours. My wife and my daughter are gonna jump off the car after the second hour. So
know their opinions on Cyrus. All right, gentlemen.
God.
All right,
guys. Love, peace, and turkey leg grease.
Yeah, turkey leg.
See you guys around. Nice talking to you.
Good talking to you.
Take it easy.
And everyone in the chat, we love you. We read every single comment I did. I don't know about Tommy O, but
yeah, I read them all, bro. There they are.
I didn't read a single comment.
Oh,
Evil's there. That's cool.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Evil.
I can't read and cast at the same time, but thanks, guys. Next time, just jump on and talk shit on Cyrus. All right, bye bye.
See ya.